Reverend Dr. Patricia Coleman-Burns, and I'm pastor of First African Methodist Episcopal Church here in Farmington Hills. And we are so happy to partner with the Farmington Community Library to bring you these exciting stories and to celebrate and to bring attention to Juneteenth. So we are celebrating here in Farmington, Farmington Hills, and the Detroit metropolitan area, the second annual Juneteenth celebration. How many of you know what Juneteenth is? Raise your hand. Okay, so for those who don't, we're going to read two stories, and I'm going to read one about what Juneteenth is. And so this book is called All Different Now. Everything is different now. How many of you have noticed that things are different now? It's called Juneteenth, the first day of freedom. And the book is by Angela Johnson, and the illustrator, that's the one that makes all the pictures, is by E.B. Lewis. So let's get started. All Different Now. And again, this is courtesy of the Farmington Community Library. Make sure you get your library card. The Farmington Hills Main Library here on 12 Mile Road in Farmington Hills. And I want to read the sleeve if you don't mind. How many of you know what the sleeve of the book is? So the book is really pretty. It has a nice cover. But when we're reading the book, we want to see what the book is going to be about. So this book says, cotton fields, dusty roads, and the hot Texas sun. One little girl's world looked the same as it always did when she went to sleep. But she wakes to find that everything is all different now. This is a Coretta Scott King Award winner, Angela Johnson and E.B. Lewis tell the story of the first Juneteenth, the day freedom finally came to the last enslaved Africans in the South. And it received a Junior Library Guild Selection Award. So let's get started. And this was written for the ones who were never freed, because there were, even when the enslaved Africans were freed, there were still folk all over the country in the North who were not freed. So AJ says this is to them. And those who forgot our past are doomed to repeat it. All different now. Juneteenth, the first day of freedom. All right, let's get going. This is a book for young readers. You can get this book and read it yourself. A June morning breeze off the port blew the smell of honeysuckle past the fields, across the yards. So this was way back in 1860. It's a long time ago. And into our room to wake us. So the smells of honeysuckle came into their room in the 1860s to wake them up. They're in the bed, the sisters, together. And nobody knew, as we ate a little, talked a little, and headed to the fields as the sun was rising, that soon it would be all different. We're going to look to see what makes it different. I like this picture for us with black girl hair, sitting between mama and grandmama's knees, getting our hair combed. I remember that. How many of you remember getting your hair combed and how, ouch, it hurts, and oh, they said we had tender heads? Well, even back in 1865, little black girls had to get their hair done, and they sat between Mama and Grandmama's knees. Then we worked, they said, and worked some more under the hot Texas sun. Until word spread from the port to the town, through the countryside, and into the fields. What do you think the word was, the good word was? That a Union general had read from a balcony that we were all now and forever free, and things would be all different now. Look how happy the people are as they hear the message that things would be all different now. Can you think about a time when things were different? Well, that's what they're happy about. And so I watched as my Aunt Laura sang as she held her baby. Mr. Jake, who some say was 100, cried quietly, and a group of grown people bowed their heads and whispered things to each other I could not hear. What do you think her mama sang to her? Let's see. My mama held my hand softly and looked beyond as another breeze blew over and everything fell to a hush. But later, look at this. But later, Papa, Mama, the aunts, the uncles, and all my cousins had an afternoon picnic by the water. My baby brother crawled around our blanket as we listened to the sounds of the waves. And as more people joined us, we ate as a free people, laughed as a free people, and told stories as free people on until the night. Have you ever stayed up all night around a fire to tell stories? Some of us do s'mores. Well, back in 1860, they did the same. And they were free. What was before would never be, would be no more. What was before would be no more. As we walked back home, the cool of the night soothed our tired feet that padded quietly past the shadowy fields of cotton. Things are going to be different now. And in the morning, the smell of honeysuckle will wake me again beside my sisters and brother to a time that will be for all of us. What do you think she's going to say? What do you think? Any ideas? All different now. And that is the end. All different now. And we are living in a time where things are all different now. And we are so happy that you decided to join us today to think about the future for all things.